Hey, what's up everyone? If you're playing Wuthering Waves like me, then you've probably seen the teaser for Ciaccona and thought, do I really need her? Well, I'm gonna break down 5 solid reasons why Ciaccona might be worth your precious pulls, even if you are saving for the next banner. Let's go! Some of you might already know, I am a Wuthering Waves modder. So of course, I'm pulling Ciaccona for research purposes, right? But honestly, even if I wasn't a modder, I think I'd still pull her. Because of these 5 solid reasons that go way beyond just visuals. If you are on the fence or just wanna hype yourself up before the banner drops, here's why Ciaccona might just be worth your precious tithes. Reason 1. Okay, first off, this girl oozes style. Ciaccona isn't just fighting, she's out here performing like a literal ballerina with pistols. Her basic attack flow like a choreographed dance. And even when you cancel them early, she drops this little arrow companion called Ensemble Sylph that keeps the rhythm going. It's honestly one of the most aesthetically satisfying kits we've seen so far. So if you care about style and flute animations, she's 10 of 10. Reason number 2. Flexible role, DPS or support. Now, let's talk about utility. Ciaccona is not locked into one role. You can run her as a main DPS, sure, but she also works great as a sub DPS or support. Yep, you heard me right. Her skill applies arrow erosion, and her ultimate even adds spectro frazzle. What? Which means she can buff your whole team's damage against debuffed enemies. Oh, and she boosts arrow damage and allies passively too. So yeah, she's not just pretty, she's actually pulling her weight on the squad. Reason 3. Meta friendly, especially with cartethyia. Now, this one's for the meta lovers out there. You've probably heard it already. Ciaccona works really well with cartethyia. Why? Because cartethyia scales super well with buffs and elemental damage. And Ciaccona happens to provide exactly that. With her arrow support, debuffs, and damage boost, she's kinda the perfect partner in crime for characters like cartethyia. If you're running arrow heavy comps or planning to build around her, Ciaccona might be a meta sleeper pick. Reason number 4. Lore and design. Well, she's for the collectors. Okay, let's be honest, even if you don't care about the numbers, sometimes we pull for vibes, right? Ciaccona has this elegant bard persona with deep lore ties to Rinascita, and her whole aesthetic is so on point. Classical music, fancy animations. She's basically a walking shooting opera. If you love characters with that classy, artistic feel, or you just want someone cool to mod, she's calling your name. Reason number 5. Technical depth and high efficiency in rotation design. Alright, now here's something for the theory crafters and rotation nerds like me out there. Ciaccona has a kit that's insanely optimized, not just visually but mechanically. Let's start with this. First, her intro skill immediately applies arrow erosion on swap in. That's huge for quick swaps teams or any comp that wants to trigger arrow resonance effects right away. without waiting for a full combo. Now, here's where it gets spicy. She can generate ensemble Sylph Orbs by cancelling her basic attacks early, and those orbs deal arrow damage and apply erosion. This gives her a kind of damage per frame advantage, because you don't need to commit to long animations to get value out of her kit. That's low fill time, high impact gameplay.
Emotional, damn it!
But the real game changer, her ultimate triggers the recital state, and during this, she can generate yellow tonics, and each yellow tonic applies one stack of Spectrofrazzle. Yep, Spectrofrazzle stacks up to 10 times, and each stack periodically ticks down while dealing spectral damage. So, if you are running dual element teams, say, with a spectral DPS, Ciaccona's recital can act as a spectral enabler. And the best part? The two characters that benefit most from Spectrofrazzle right now are none other than Zani and Phoebe, the breadfish. The breadfish. Zani, whose skills of spectral damage, gets a direct damage boost from the Frazzle ticks, and Phoebe, who works well with debuff heavy team setups, also capitalize on it. So let's recap. Intro skill, instant arrow erosion, Sylph Orbs, free erosion and forte scaling. Outro, arrow damage buff for the next unit. Ultimate, applies multiple Spectrofrazzle stacks for Zani or Phoebe comms, all while keeping her fill time short and rotation flexible. If you love building efficient, synergy-heavy teams, Ciaccona is one of the most technically rewarding characters in Wuthering Waves right now. Oh, and before we wrap this up, someone asked me the other day, is Ciaccona a must pull if I already have Gian? Well, here's my honest answer. She is definitely a good support for Gian, mainly because her outro skill gives an arrow damage buff. But that's pretty much it. Gian doesn't benefit from her other mechanics like erosion or Spectrofrazzle. In fact, Shorekeeper is likely a better fit for Gian overall. And some people are even saying that Mortefi might be a stronger buffer for him in terms of raw damage. So no, she's not a must pull just because you have Gian. But hey, if you like her design, her playstyle, or you're planning Aero or Spectro hybrid teams, she's still a great pick. And of course, if you have thoughts or want to theory craft, feel free to start a discussion in the comments. I'd love to hear what you guys are thinking. Alright, so those are my top 5 reasons to pull Ciaccona. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this helpful. My name is Woju and I'll see ya in the next one. Peace.